Hello everyone and welcome to Hey You Guys. Today we're going to tell you 10 things that you didn't know about Felicity Jones. Now this year is going to be meteoric for the Academy Award nominated actress. In 2016, she has 3 major motion pictures on the horizon. We'll see her alongside Tom Hanks in Inferno, going toe-to-toe with Liam Neeson in A Monster Calls, and undoubtedly the most anticipated of them all, a leading role as rebellion fighter Jyn Erso in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. With such an explosion of awaited content yet to come, we believe that by 2017, she will finally be a household name for the many. With this in mind, it seems fitting to get everyone up to speed with her work whilst there's still time. From earlier roles that you may have missed, to little personal facts that you may not know, today we're going to tell you 10 things that you didn't know about Felicity Jones. Number 10. The superhero cameo. A common aspiration for our most favourite actors is a role in superhero cinema. Jones featured in a tiny blink and you'll miss it performance in 2014's overstuffed The Amazing Spider-Man 2. She starred alongside Dane DeHaan's Harry Osborn or Green Goblin as her character Felicia, aka the Black Cat. Now this was a talking point amongst Marvel fans for some time, as the notion of her own spin-off movie seemed possible. However, such musings have since silenced. Number 9. The one she walked away from. Now all performers are offered roles they must decline, or are rejected during the casting process, but sometimes this is more of a blessing than a curse. Jones at one point was a hot pick for the 50 Shades of Grey adaptation. However, one role which was heartbreaking for her to turn down, due to commitments at the London Theatre, was the chance to star alongside Julia Roberts in 2012's Snow White adaptation Mirror Mirror. Whilst missing the opportunity to perform against cinematic royalty is tough, the film ended up becoming a total dud, disappointing critics and audiences alike. Number 8. Model behaviour. Many screen stars, both male and female, are the focus of high-end fashion brands and their promotion. Even Derby's rough-and-tumble Jack O'Connell gets snapped up for Prada. But you might be surprised to hear that Jones's modelling career was as flesh as the world's favourite it girl, Cara Delevingne. During her earlier developments as a fledgling actress, Jones was the face of leading houses Burberry and Dolce & Gabbana, regularly attending and often sporting collections at prestigious events, including London and Paris Fashion Week. To this day, she is still a regular guest at the shows and can often be found at the front rows of the catwalk. Number 7. No face for radio. Jones's 10-year role. Now, to further define the previous point, in order to be a model, you have to look and wear good. Vain as it may be, but the truth hurts. However, you might be surprised to know that Jones was once a regular voice actress for radio programming, maintaining a principal role as Emma Grundy in BBC4's long-running soap opera The Archers. She played the character for a whopping 10 years and took part in the drama throughout a wealth of other roles and commitments during this period of her life. The character Emma is still a key player in the show today. She is married to tenant father Ed and works at the Tea Room, one of the show's core locations for communal interaction. Number 6. SUNDANCE and SNOWBOARDS. In the industry, a common term for an actor's progression on the market is known as a breakout, be that a performance or a particular year. Now in the case of Jones, it was both. In 2011, she really made waves with critics across the Western world, and won the admiration of many new fans thanks to some of the materials released. She greatly impressed Sundance journalists with her heartbreaking performance in Drake Dormus's immigrant love story Like Crazy, where she starred alongside the late Anton Yelchin. The film and indeed her performance would go on to gather a number of accolades on the festival circuit. In the same year, she hit the slopes for snowboarding teen comedy Chalet Girl, which was a big hit domestically despite a limited budget and a large cast of unknowns. At the time, its biggest selling point was Gossip Girl's Ed Westwick. Number 5. A royally good mentor. Riding the Tempest with Helen Mirren. Artists source inspirations from all kind of things, but undoubtedly the best place is their fellow counterparts. Watching the way they perform and operate is the perfect way to understand the medium. Luckily for Jones, she gained the coach and inspiration of a lifetime when working on 2010's postmodern Shakespeare adaptation, The Tempest. None other than the Queen herself, Dame Helen Mirren. Mirren helped the actress navigate the sprawling sets and locations, as well as attain a deft understanding of how to control a scene and indeed yourself. Number 4. The secret 2016 release. As mentioned earlier, Jones is starring in 3 huge box office hits later this year, but she also features in another 2016 title, albeit a very hush-hush one, which is yet to gain a UK theatrical release, and perhaps never will. Directed by British action helmet Iran Creevy, who directed Welcome to the Punch, American audiences will next see her in Collide, a breakneck action thriller starring the likes of Nicholas Hoult, Ben Kingsley and Anthony Hopkins. With such an elite cast, all of which come from Blighty, plus a homegrown director, it seems odd that we have no sign of receding Collide anytime soon. But perhaps such quietness is entirely deliberate. It opens in US theatres on the 19th of August. Number 3. A flagship Hollywood ingenue. Many of our most talented actresses have made the transition to Hollywood thanks to the international admiration with English heritage. Period pieces, be they projected on the big or small screen, are immensely popular with US audiences, and like the best of the bunch, Jones made her statement as an ingenue. With roles in the likes of TV movie Northanger Abbey, Stephen Frears' courtesan study Cherie, and Ralph Fiennes' exquisite Dickens drama The Invisible Woman, it is little wonder to see why she made such a big impact on our audiovisual exports. Jones is one of the many modern actresses to lend a hand to this pool also. Her former co-stars Keira Knightley, Jessica Brown-Findlay and Carey Mulligan have too offered work. Number 2. That all-important education. A quality education is something we all hope to attain, and it is no exception for those in the limelight either. We regularly hear stories about the likes of Emma Watson being a devoted scholar, but our star has a pretty impressive degree also. Jones attended Oxford University, arguably one of the most renowned establishments in the world, and continued her voice performance for the Archers during her course. Initially with the intention of studying law, she quite rightly decided to boycott that idea, as the unrelenting workloads and pressures could have stilted her chances of developing her acting. Instead, she took on the recommendation of her teachers and studied English. She completed her degree with honours and has stated that a deeper understanding of text and language has been a key asset to not only developing her performances, but the ingestion of screenplays. Number 1. First is no means worst. Everyone has a fond recollection of their childhood and the elements which populated it. The films, the shows, the toys, the games, they are instinctual parts of our personal progression and are a regular source of timely reminiscence. If, like this author, you grew up in the 1990s, chances are you'll remember the super cheesy but endlessly watchable CITV supernatural comedy, The Worst Witch. Adapted from writer and illustrator Jill Murphy's novels, The Worst Witch follows the trials and tribulations of aspiring young witches at Cackle's Academy, a St. Trinian's for the ghoulish if you will. One of the core cast members here was of course Jones, who at the tender age of 15 was given a regular spot. She played Ethel Hallow between 1998 and 1999. Now whilst the show was somewhat short-lived, only lasting 40 episodes during its lifetime, it is something that is fondly remembered and gives a fantastic indicator of just how long Jones has been an active performer on our screens. We'd love to hear your favourite Felicity Jones performances and your favourite of her films, so please do drop us a comment below and let us know. And what's your most anticipated of the 3 movies coming out? Is it Inferno? Is it A Monster Calls? Or is it Rogue One? Let us know. As always, remember to follow us on Twitter at HeyUGuys and hit us up online at HeyUGuys.com. And as always, thank you so much for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!